Hey everyone, welcome to the Lax AI channel. Hope you're all doing well. And today we're going to look into something really interesting. It's about how AI and large language models, especially Claude, can play a huge role in some tasks like generating block diagrams or architecture diagrams, mind maps, and so on. So these are some of the things which usually take a lot of time. And imagine just by typing a prompt, we can generate a complete block diagram, a simple block diagram, or a complete architecture diagram. Or imagine if we have an existing block diagram that needs to be modified, and that block diagram you can just submit as input, and you're going to get a whole new block diagram which you can kind of keep editing and keep adding and so on. Everything just with prompts. So that's what we're going to look into today. So let's jump right in. So how this all started was, so I think like a couple of weeks back, there was this um, hackathon from Amazon called the Amazon Sambao Hackathon. So I was just like looking over it and I was thinking like, okay, why not try and participate in that? And then interestingly, what it had was like this is the website of the Amazon Sambal Hackathon, and it was amazing that over like 1 lakh people or 100,000 people had actually like registered to this. And there are lots of themes. So one of the themes was create an Amazon product listing using like social media content, develop a system that seamlessly converts social media content into comprehensive like Amazon product listings, enabling buyers to easily compare and purchase products. So it was like, okay, sometimes, and they also gave a use case, like, okay, somebody is selling influencer is selling his or her product in social media, but Amazon could be a better way to do the whole e-commerce and pipeline and things like that. But Amazon has its own format and listings and product listing and so on. So how can somebody convert this from here to here? Like, what are the tools you use and what kind of imaginative things you can bring in? So the problem statement itself was interesting. And what you had to do was, initially it was just you have to just submit an idea, and if your idea is chosen, selected, they would kind of take you to the coding phase. So mine was not selected, but I would say that through this I learned something really new, and so I'm more or less happy with that, in the sense that for the submission of the idea, they wanted actually like the solution overview, the technical stack, and so much flowchart, wireframes, all the things they needed. And I was like, oh my God, that's going to take me a lot of time. Can I do something better? And that's when like, okay, you know what? I have uh, so surprisingly, ChatGPT is not really good in this. So I've tried this. I'm not going to like go and show that it's not good. But I also love Claude.ai. So if you're not used to Claude, that's something like really amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do what I had done before. So I had this thing called, okay, I would like to convert a social media product post to an Amazon product listing. The input is a social media post. The output is an Amazon product listing webpage. The webpage will have the image of the product in the center. That's how Amazon works, right? If you know, it'll have an image. It may also have a few other images or some immersive views and so on. And yeah, so there can also be a video with a 3D immersive view. For these, I'm thinking of NLP-based analytics from social media posts, basically like getting some text analytics, then using an image extractor, using like ChatGPT or Llama to kind of get the image from there. Now I see even a Pixtron and other things have dropped in. Maybe those could also be tried out. And then if you want to go to have a nice 3D immersive view, maybe you can have something like text to 3D and image to 3D modules, which could do the same thing. And then sometimes if you the social media posts also have some videos in that, maybe you can also get some analytics and convert all of these that. So all these need to be rendered as an Amazon product listing web page, and then for this I will also upload a sample screenshot of the how an Amazon product looks like. And I need this new page to be rendered based on social media posting. So it's like it's like, if you can say one shot example, I have an example, I have an input, I have an output, I need it to be in this format. So roughly I have mind mapped what I'm thinking of, kind of, and so I'm asking it to say, okay, generate me a simple block schematic or an architecture diagram for this. So let's see what happens. So it says I'm creating a system architecture diagram from the flowchart below, social media listing. This is pretty cool. You can see it right here, right? It's so I think it's you can it has this preview here. You can see that the input is social media posts, data extraction, which will go to the NLP image extractor video analytics, like I mentioned here. Then it also says text to image and image to 3D. From the images, then it's very clever to say that its text goes to text to 3D and image goes to image to 3D, and all of this kind of get accumulated here to the database, and then the web page generation, and then the output. So I like this, but I also like to say that this is great, but can you make this more appealing and colorful? And can you also make the text larger, right? So let's see what it does. So these are the kind of things how it's like you're talking to the AI, and I mean, and these are simple code. I don't know this script, but you can kind of it's not like something which is not completely understandable or something. You can just go in and see some of the basic things. So I like this. As you can see here, right? This is at least much better than the previous one. I mean, I could keep on kind of asking it to make it better as I want, but here you can see the NLP image extractor. All of these are in purple. This is in orange, and then different colors. At least it makes it a little bit more visually appealing. So let's see what this is in. So, or let me just ask this: like, what script is this? And oops. And how do I visualize? So this is Mermaid. Okay, I've heard about Mermaid. I can go to like mermaid.live, and then also with the VS Code with Mermaid extension, get all of this and this done. That's pretty cool. So what we can do is let's give this a try. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to basically like copy the contents here. So copy the contents, and just for the sake of the video, I had already like opened a Mermaid editor here. So let's see. Let me open one new. So, and I'm just going to share this tab. So you can see that when I share this tab, I think this was from the previous one. Let me just go through and render this. See, you can see here, it's rendered basically the whole thing, whatever it saw before. And then I can keep making changes here, and then it's going to reflect here, right? So this is really amazing. So this is something like which if I had to do this, it would have taken me more time for sure. And so let's try some more things, like go back to this tab. Can you also show how this would be in React. So React sometimes the visuals are nice, so that's why just want to see how this is in React. So let's just see that one too. It's taking a little longer. And if I go to the preview, wow, you can see, right? It's a little bit bright, and the text and everything is very nice. So, and a lot of people are even familiar with React, so they can also go and make changes there. And similar to the other one, you can also React. Lots of editors are there for React. You can go and do the whole thing. So, what about? Can you also do the same for draw.io? So draw.io is actually even nicer. Like it lets you to actually, once you have it, it lets you to actually go and edit. So let me show, when it opens up, I'll show you like what that means. So what we have to do here for draw.io is that once it's done, let's first wait for it to be done, and then we'll have to save the file. So yeah, it's done. So let's see how this one looks. Okay, so this one is not showing a preview. So the only thing you can do is save this file. So I'm going to download this file, and so I'm going to want to import this in draw.io. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's do that right away. So I'm now going to go to draw.io. Yeah, so here is draw.io. So it's just, you can go to app.diagrams.net, you'll get draw.io. So from here, what you do is go to file and then say import from device. It's because I saved it here. So let's see what it does. And if I go here, I just rendered this. So the nice thing about this one is that hope you can see my screen. So nice thing is that this one is, I can actually go and edit things right here. So instead of 3D content generation, I say 3D model generation, right? You can enter it right, you can change it right here. And that makes a huge difference, because that's like almost like you're doing things in like a PPT and other things. Like you have more control here. It's, you're no longer restricted to the script, but you can also like once you want to change it here, you can also make changes here and add all of the other things that you want, and so on. So that's how this is so powerful, that you can do so many of these things, like in using just AI and combination of visualization tools. So let me come back here and let's try one more thing. Can you suggest a detailed text tag and also generate a detailed architecture diagram? That spelling is wrong. And keep the format as Mermaid. So let's see what this does. So this is because I have the top level, I have the rough idea. So now if I want to go even further down and then want to play around with this, that's where this is like super helpful. So you can see here that we could go even more detail, but let's try that. Can you go even more detail I mean, I could be even more specific and talk about the actual software and libraries. Something like this: backend, front end libraries, backend and front end, etc. I mean, this is so that like it's not just a simple block diagram. It's like it goes into the real detail. This also helps us to kind of once you have this, we can understand. Okay, this is what it's suggesting. If I can also say some specifics, do this, do that, with like say it can be a React front end, and maybe like the back end could be like a Fast API or Flask or something like that. So when you go to that amount of detail, you'll know, okay, this is what it says, right? For example, like if you actually see here, it also allows you to like zoom in and zoom out. It's actually telling the what are all the libraries that you could use. And the best part is that, say you're writing a document or a proposal or something like that, you so all these details are here, right? 3D generation using Stable Diffusion and so on, and vector search using FICE and so on, other things like that. We could of course modify these to the if we know the better. I mean, these look a little bit old, so the latest ones are even better. We can modify that, and the real power is that you could like generate the whole, not just the whole diagram, a whole document, an initial draft of the whole document. You can have it right there. That's how much. And these would take usually like hours or sometimes even days, and it would be longer because it's like the actual time to do this doesn't take long, but it's more of the you have so many other things to do, and you want to have that focused time to put the block diagrams and then write the stuff. All of those are the ones which usually take time, and not the actual one. So this is where it really helps to kind of see that this whole thing could be how AI is. This is where as they're saying, right, AI is not going to replace, but it's going to aid and rather like make things go faster, right? So that's what it kind of says. And so coming back to the Mermaid Live thing, you can just put the code here, and then you can also see the whole thing, and zoom in and so on. So this is one part which at least I wanted to kind of show, right? The other part which I wanted to show is that if you actually so this is like just giving a text prompt and then kind of saying that this is what I want, right? Some many times what we have is we would have existing block diagrams, like existing which what systems which we want to modify, and then it's like we already have a starting point somewhere, templates maybe. So what I want to do is I wanted to go back to one of my old papers and see if that block diagrams could be like brought in. So these are my these like Google Scholar page. So I wanted to get this from a blog. This had a nice block diagram. The paper is called Servam, Search and Retrieval of Malware. Not the Servam AI that's very hot right now, but this was from my old thesis times. So this had an interesting block diagram, which I kind of like. Let's see, it's loading still. So what that block diagram would do, yeah, there it is that, so it's a system. So there'll be like a training phase or an initial phase, which you'll have lots of millions of unlabeled samples, and you would do the initial labeling, and then you'll have a query phase wherein it's like how today you have this training phase and inference phase. In those days, those inference word was not very common at that time. So this is what I kind of used to do at that point. I'm basically a search and retrieval system, a content-based retrieval system. So I fed in this block diagram. So let's see, generate me a block. So what I'm going to do is that let me first upload the file here so that it's right there. So let me show, come first to this tab. So I'm going to say generate me a block diagram similar to the one shown in the image. So one of the nice things about Claude is that even without me asking, it's going and doing it right away. That's something. Not sometimes ChatGPT does it, sometimes it does not, and ChatGPT relies a lot on DALL-E, and because of that, like kind of sometimes things work and sometimes things do not work. So that's one thing which kind of is uh, not the best always. So what happens here is that the initial phase, can you move in initial phase a little um, to the top, to top a little. So let's see. I mean, it almost got it. So I just wanted to see if it can just. I mean, this is where things like reflection prompting could come in, which can actually. This is basically what I'm doing is reflection in some ways, right? If I can just go in and ask it to kind of correct itself, self-reflect itself, this could have been avoided. Anyways, let's see what it gives. Yeah, it's moved it a little bit, but not like completely. But almost all the other ones are okay. Yeah, still not the best, but um, let's see. What about this is an SVG, so that maybe that could be one of the reasons. Generated React code for this block diagram. Let's see if React does anything better or not. If not, I'll just try another one. But the good part is that it's like you can keep playing around with it till you get what you want and then move on from there. So even the React one did not come perfect, so it's like just like okay. So that one also didn't work. So let me try another version of the block diagram. Can you, and this time maybe I'll make it more specific. Can you generate React version for the block diagram attached? Right, it's basically the same diagram but in color. So let's see if at all. Let's see if it works. But you can see the point. What I'm trying to say is that we kind of you have a like if you have existing templates or existing block diagrams, you can just like take a screenshot from that and then send it here and then see how things work. So yeah, this is definitely something much better. It's still not doing the best job, but definitely like you have it here, and you can see that the initial phase is here, the unlabeled samples, the get AV labels from buyers total and other things are also here. It's yeah. So I think what if you just keep prompting it and asking it to change much, you're going to get roughly what you need, and then you could build on top of that. So basically, yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about today. This was a kind of um, a great learning for me because um, doing block diagrams, system diagrams, these are the things which it's like you need to even be in the right mind sometimes to do all of that and get it done. And then if AI and then especially Claude can help here, that's like a huge leap. And then you can just keep doing more and more, and then things like that. So until next time. So if you've been come here so far, please do like the video, share comments, and share the video also if you think it's of use. All right, until next time. Bye.